All About Halloween, celebrated on October 31st by Silvia and Shariqa. All about Introduction: A holiday of mixed origins, Halloween, which we celebrate every year on October 31st, is known all over the world for costumes, candy, and everything spooky. Today, it's mostly a fun mix of parties or trick-or-treating, but its true history is actually long and complex, going back thousands of years. Halloween is like a history project that keeps changing. It started as an ancient harvest festival, picked up by traditions from the Romans, and was eventually shaped by the Christian Church. To really understand the holiday, we have to look back at the world before Christianity. Samhain, the ancient Celtic New Year. The oldest roots of Halloween come from a very old festival called Samhain. Say Samhain. This holiday was celebrated about 2,000 years ago by the Celts, who lived in areas that are now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France. For the Celts, the year was split into a light half and a dark half. Samhain marked the end of summer and the harvest, and the beginning of the cold, dark winter, a time when food was scarce and life was hard. Most importantly, the Celts believed that on the night of Samhain, the barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead disappeared for a night. This allowed the spirits of the dead, good or bad, to return and walk among people. Villagers built huge sacred bonfires where they burned crops and animals as offerings to their gods. People often wore costumes, usually animal skins and heads, as a way to hide themselves from the wandering ghosts and spirits. Roman mixing and the rise of All Hallows Eve. As the Roman Empire grew, the Roman army moved into Celtic lands. Over time, Celtic traditions started to mix with Roman holidays. The Romans had a day called Ferilia, where they remembered people who had passed away. They also had a day to honor Pomona, the goddess of fruit and trees. This focus on fruit is probably why we have games like apple bobbing on Halloween. However, the biggest change came much later with the spread of Christianity. In the 8th century, the Pope made November 1st a time to honor all Christian saints. This was called All Saints' Day or All Hallows' Day. By putting this major holiday right after Samhain, this ancient pagan date was changed. Because of this, the evening before October 31st became known as All Hallows' Eve, which eventually became the shorter name we use today, Halloween. The roots of trick or treating and costumes. Many of the fun things we do today are connected to these old practices. Take trick or treating, for example. It comes from a practice in the Middle Ages in Britain and Ireland called souling. Poor people would go door to door begging for food, and in return, they would promise to pray for the dead family members of the people who gave them food. Later, this changed into guising, but children dressed and went around asking for small treats or money. Costume was one which started as a way to scare or trick evil spirits during Samhain, later became just a fun way for kids to dress up. Today, these two acts have become the well-known custom of collecting candy at night. Conclusion: A timeless mystery. In the end, Halloween is an amazing holiday because it reminds us of history. It shows how people have always been curious about life and death. From the large, scary bonfires the Celts used to keep spirits away, to the friendly jack o' lanterns we carve today, the meaning of Halloween is tied to its past. Even though we don't worry about ghosts crossing over anymore, Halloween is still a special, yearly time to celebrate the autumn season and the mysteries of the night. Thanks for watching! This holiday is on October 31st, and make sure to get your costumes ready on that day. So this is by Silvia and Shariqa, and make sure to like and subscribe.